Giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAHAHAKODASH. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. And I just wanted to do a quick response to this video done by the Philip Scott podcast. Some pretty good information, always posted here. As you can see, the title of this video is So-Called Black Panther Says What He Will Do to an ICE Agent While Holding a Tool. All right, and as you can see, it's about that time of the season again where Esau Edom is going to pull the Black Panthers out of his back pocket. All right, because now you have the new Black Panther movement, which we know the Black Panther organization was infiltrated, and we know that I believe it was I don't know if it was Lyndon Baines, one of those devils said there will never be another black messiah unless we create him. So the Black Panther movement, all right, as well as particular Israelite camps, are used by the left hand to push particular propaganda. They show up at marches armed. Remember some years ago you had forget this devil, this guy's name. He was a DJ, and we got on him, and he was basically calling Jake to, you know, go to arms, and he went to a rally and pulled a gun on a police officer and so-called Grandmaster Jay or something like that, which he was an agent. You know, Esau Edom has these agents set up pretty much to put a camera in front of, so that Esau Edom can continuously push his narrative that, you know, Jake is after him. He feels threatened. And this insurrection act will be, all right, passed through stuff like this. Now, even Jake, which Philip Scott, he knows about the Israelites, but he doesn't proclaim to be an Israelite. He's still stuck on this Africa thing. But as we read these comments, you'll see Jake can clearly see that this is a setup. Esau Edom's old, tired, you know, same, you know, the same pick and roll is you know, been found out. Okay, so-called Black Panther says what he will do to an ICE agent while holding a tool. So let's play this and get a few scriptures and close it out, because again, it's that time of the year again where Esau Edom is pulling the Black Panthers out of his back pocket. All right.
And shout out to Sister Demetra for sharing this video with me of this so-called Black Panther out there. I think he's in the Philadelphia area. And when I heard this video and heard exactly the wording this man was saying, something just went off in my spirit about this. And I want y'all to hear exactly what this guy is saying. I want y'all to hear this word for word. I want you to look at him too at the same time. I want you to look at him. And we got a lot of questions about this gentleman here, this so-called Black Panther. So let's go ahead on and check this out.
No ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, come around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them, and it needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means them shotgun shells that shoot out of a pump, they shoots them rapidly. If you are going to legally arm yourself with something bigger than what they got. Those who serve in the public, they should be fearful of the public. They should be fearful that the public's going to be dissatisfied with their job that they're doing, not feeling like they're tyrants, not feeling like they're bullies because they got guns and body armor and walkie-talkies. That makes them immune to whatever the people would do. I think you want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher. You meet them with equal force. All power to the people. No power to the pig.
The first time I watched this video, I was like, first of all, who is this guy? Number one. Number two, in my spirit, I didn't feel like, yeah, man, that brother, you know, he really speaking about this, or he really standing on business. I didn't get none of that from him.
Read the comments.
You know what I was getting from him?
Oh, man.
William O'Neal vibes. If you remember, William O'Neal is the guy that was sent in to the Black Panther Party to help set up the assassination of Fred Hampton. That's what I get from this guy. Because I don't feel any of that he said is genuine. Because, you know, listen, when we speak as Black Americans, it's not what we're saying. It actually touches a person. And it definitely connects with us. And
So some people are saying it's AI. Either way it go, Esau Edom's going to use it. This is the times that we're in. All right? Some people saying he's a Fed. Some people saying he's an undercover. He's an ops. All right? Some people are saying that this is AI. Okay? But these are the times we're living in. All right? These are the times we're living in. Some people are saying he's not even black because he's light-skinned. And you see the confusion. You know, modern day William O'Neal. Okay? He's a paid agitator. And this is the type of stuff Esau Edom does. All right? Because over the years, even before AI, you would see the Black Panthers, you know, when in times of, you know, uproar, the Esau Edom would always put a camera in front of the face of the Black Panthers, and they were always on the news. Now, this guy that I was talking about, I believe his name is Grandmaster Jay. Let me see if I can pull him up. Yeah, here he is. So I'm assuming he's in jail. This was his sentencing.
Militia leader sentenced to a year in prison for pointing a rifle at police officers during protests over Breonna Taylor's death. John Johnson, who goes by Grandmaster Jay, entered an Alford plea just a short time ago in Jefferson Circuit Court. That means he maintains his innocence, but acknowledges that prosecutors had enough evidence for a conviction. Johnson is already serving just over 7 years in prison after he was found guilty on federal charges for the same crime. Happened in 2020 during protests at Jefferson Square Park in downtown Louisville. The one-year sentence will be served at the same time.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're now tuned into T.
And I felt every word, every prayer, and every ounce of belief.
And you see that hand on the head? Should letting you know he's an insider. Okay? The NFC, you know, let me see if I can, NFC. Not fucking around crew, something like that, right? He was sentenced. Clearly a plant, all right? But he popped up years ago and he had particular Israelite talking points in his doctrine. He's talking about Yahweh. See, these are the types of things that Esau Edom is gonna do, all right, here and going forward, okay, to basically accuse the brethren. Okay, and it's tacky. Okay, the Black Panthers are done. Okay, the Esau Edom infiltrated the Black Panthers. You know, eventually a lot of them got hooked on drugs and messed up. And it was not a cause that was ultimately of the spirit anyway. It was basically our people crouching down, trying to come together. And you had more, all right, groups than just the Black Panthers. You even had particular brown groups as well. But it all came to naught. All right, the scriptures say that the apostles were set forth last. There is no other message to hear outside of what we are preaching through the Holy Spirit. But just as YAHAWASHI, okay, in the book of Isaiah, the 53rd chapter, he was numbered among the transgressors. Okay, see if we can find that scripture. Okay, boom, Isaiah 53. Right? And 12, in the NLT, I will give him the honor of a victorious soldier because he exposed himself to death. He was counted among the rebels. He bore the sins of many, all right, and interceded for rebels. There you go, which we went off. But ultimately, he was numbered among the transgressors. He was numbered, you know, amongst a guy like Barabbas, who was actually a mover of sedition. in the Roman Empire, man. Okay, he literally, let's see if we can find that account. So I know it's one in the book of Luke, but yep, Mark 15 and 28. Okay. Now I believe earlier in this chapter, right, this is when YAHAWASHI is being brought up to council and all of that, but as you go here, Mark 15 and 7, one of the prisoners at that time was Barabbas, a revolutionary who had committed murder in an uprising. All right. And the crowd went to Pilate and asked him to release a prisoner as usual. Would you like me to release YAHAWASHI, the king of the Jews? He asked, for he realized by now that ultimately the Jews hated him out of envy. But at this point, the leading priest stirred up the crowd and demanded them to release Barabbas instead of YAHAWASHI. And these are the types of niggas that our people are going to choose over the prophets. See, Jake was fighting for Grandmaster Jay. Jake was coming onto our comment board crying for Grandmaster Jay, telling us we hating on him, we scared, and you niggas still haven't went and did anything. Here it is, you always have these talks of Jake uprising and we go fight back, but nothing never come of it. You don't do nothing. Here it is, you mad at us for saying ultimately wait on the Lord. Now, of course, if somebody comes and tries to beat your ass, you defend yourself, and you're not wicked for having a legal, all right, weapon. We're not saying that that's wicked, but it's not supposed to be tied to the ministry, and we're not supposed to be teaching the concept of us getting victory by arms. Victory doesn't come by arms. Okay, but you're not wicked in learning how to, you know, the training to defend yourself, knowing how to defend you. There's nothing wrong with that. But see, these dudes do all of this stuff out openly so that Esau Edom can accuse them. But here it is, you had YAHAWASHI literally numbered with a guy who literally committed a murder. See that? And these are the types of times that we're being led into. Well, we're gonna be tied to guys who are actually plants and agents who are going to be on camera doing things and who are going to be caught and so-called sentenced to doing things. They're going to link us directly with these type of niggas, man. These are the times we're in because the accuser of our brethren, right? Let's get that. He's on his way out. So he needs stuff like this. And he's going to use AI video because all through the whole food stamp fiasco where Jake was all on the internet. Some of it was real, but a lot of those videos were fake of Big Shirley, right? And angry Shaniqua with bonnets on saying, we gonna go rob. A lot of that was fake. But Esau Edom used that to accuse. He used those videos to get mad and say, we gotta do something about these niggas. So you don't think he's gonna use these videos even if that was AI? These are the times we're in. Because who made it if it's AI? Why is it? What's going on here? Things are too out of control. All right, Revelation chapter 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, now has come salvation and the strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. And how is he being cast down? Through this word. See, the power of the words that we speak. Okay, there's power. And see, a lot of Jake don't see power in that. So they like to cling to movements like the Black Panthers and guys, you know, showing guns and force. Like, you will never beat Esau Edom in a gunfight. Okay? Even if you're able to get one, ultimately you lose. Okay? And then he's going to take out his anger on the rest. Okay? This man is falling, all right, not only by his own doings, but by the words that we are speaking. See that? And if you don't believe that there's power in it, just go and do what they're doing and see how that works out for you. Because either way it goes, they're coming with this NWO. Either way it goes, the MOTB is on its way. It's nothing you can do to stop prophecy. So what side are you on? What spirit are you in? Are you covered under the blood? We'll see, because a lot of people laugh at us. Oh, y'all niggas been talking about that. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Okay. Well, save yourself. Do something. See if the bag is going to help you get out of this situation Esau Edom is going to set up on the earth. Because what you going to have to do to keep that bag? The bag is going digital. Okay? At some point, your inward man, your spirit is going to have to be right. See? And that's where we win, Lord willing, we have that number. Okay? So now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And he is the accuser of the brethren. That's all he does. He uses his media, right? you back in the early 2000s, when I don't know how TV is now because I don't watch TV, but if you stayed home and looked at the television from 7 in the morning till around 3 in the afternoon, it was just filled with shows just painting Jake in a negative light. The news, it was just pointing, Jake, the niggas did this, niggas did that. This whole system is an accusation against you. The science is an accusation against you. It accuses you to the core. The pseudoscience, right? It's written within the system of Edomite supremacy that you are a problem. And it's supposed to be that way. Okay? This is not our rest. So he is the accuser of the brethren. Esau is the end of the world. See? And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death. So that's how we're going to overcome him. Okay? If you think there's another victory or another way, go ahead and try it. Now, the Black Panthers are out there. Let's pull that up. In Philadelphia, confronting ICE, right?
Like this is the law. Philadelphia Crime Code 6108 says I can hold my long arm in my hand. Just can't hit my finger on the trigger, which is not. So don't ask me to do nothing that's against the law. And I help.
And the Moors, you know, the Moors, they get into the laws and all of that. And the apostles even used to get into the laws and the codes and all of that. You know, you get pulled over. You know, technically, brother, you know, technically, officer, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't need a driver's license according to the code BC6TNE, right? And there was a time for that. But we're living in a time, Esau, Edom, he don't give a damn about his own laws. He getting ready to do away with the Constitution. That's not saying you shouldn't know things and you know, understand, you know, particular rights. So that's basically what they're out there doing. They got their guns and, you know, they're saying, well, technically, according to this law, if I have my finger on the trigger and it's pointed at a 16-degree angle, you can't arrest me, yada, 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 right? But just know that infiltration is going on. Agent provocateurs are going to show up, and eventually these things are going to be what? Used to point a finger at all groups of Jake, all right, who have a argument against the government.
You know, there's something powerful about knowing your rights, especially when you come from a community that's been historically over-policed, overlooked, and underserved. Now recently, in Philly, a video started circulating showing a group of officers using what looked like excessive force on a young black boy. And when things like this
What I need y'all to do is leave the area, okay?
Oh, wow.
We need to talk. Y'all don't have a protest permit. We need y'all leave, okay? We need to talk to you, okay? No, listen,
We don't, wait a minute. Y'all need to leave the area.
Hold on, you don't have a protest permit.
Oh, that's 3 years ago. That's 3 years ago.
Yeah, we're going to interview.
Okay, y'all go ahead and leave then. That's all we have.
I'm not even serious. I'm not even regular interview.
Y'all leave.
If you don't hurt people,
Don't
you ain't
step
gonna
towards me again.
Shut your ass
Okay?
up.
You better not step towards me again.
Shut your ass
You're
up.
right.
I'm right
Yeah, I'm
here.
looking
Okay,
for
take another step.
Physical distance.
I know.
Arms length.
You're right.
I know the law. I know the law.
Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. Yeah, so
It was y'all. You part of that. It was y'all.
Willie need a goatee or something. God damn, man. Anyway, I just wanted to do this real quick. You know, like my man Phil from the let's see if we can bring it up. Let's see. Yeah, that's my history. I see I ain't watching no BS. Here we go.
And if the words sound empty, it has no really meaning to it, it's something up with that. Number two, as Black Americans, we don't go make threats like that. to the government. We don't do that because we know better. We know there's other ways to handle it, but we don't do it in that manner.
That's why we are going into the scriptures. But yeah, it's good. Let's see. Let me look at it again now that people are saying it's AI.
Never run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, you can see it's kind of, it may be AI. Who knows? But this is the type of times we live in, man. That something that looks like that can be fake. See that? Anyway, the fact that this technology is even here, man, is wicked. And you got particular celebrities now, all right, suing particular AI companies because their likeness is being used in particular videos, man. So we're in a big ball of confusion. This is Babylon the Great, okay? And Esau Edom is always up to no good. He's going to use that technology as a means to do wickedness, man. This is the book of Psalms 36:2. All right, he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. He's not going to stop. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. He's just not going to do good, especially with this kind of technology, right? With the power of media, which people are losing faith in the media. This is why you see Netanyahu now addressing certain conspiracy theories. They're caught. These Edomites are through. They're at the end of the road, man. So it's getting ready to get ugly. What do a rat do when he's cornered? It says, he deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. So he got time. He uses time as a weapon to keep, his subjects, in a constant rat race and constant worry about this, worry about that, work, this, that, bills. But while he's on his bed in his rest, he's full of plots. They lie awake at night, hatching sinful plots. Their actions are never good. All right. They make no attempt to turn from evil, man. These people are not right. Okay. And they ain't going to be right. So I just wanted to bring that out, man. The Black Panthers are back. Shalom.